Hello and welcome to this live broadcast from Kolkata. It is day 39. We have been keeping account of number of days. If August 9 was the day 1, when the nation had erupted in shock and horror, then on 17th of September, the shock and the horror hasn't died down. With time, it has only converted into anguish and more pain as people are still longing for justice. From 9th of August 2024 till September 17, 2024, not a single day has passed by where we haven't come across this slogan, "We want justice." Yes, in the meantime, a lot of other things have happened. We have seen law violation programs, political rallies, this rally, that rally. But the first protest, which had in a way united the entire city, the state, the country, one that was spearheaded by doctors, that protest hasn't left its spot. That protest hasn't breathed its last. That protest hasn't gone inside a grave. That protest hasn't left the streets. And the protest, how it looked like yesterday, the protest, how it looked like day before yesterday, the protest, how it looked like over the weekend, while some of you must have been celebrating your weekend. Well, you have this on the street. You have graffitis after graffitis that essentially indicate the kind of sentiments which have only evoked in the hearts and the minds of people. This is Salt Lake, and we are right outside Shastro Bhavan, a place which has seen Caesar from the protesting doctors who have left Archicor and they have started camping here. And it's been eight, eighth day today. And in the past 8 days, they haven't really left this spot. And on the street, you would also see street graffiti like this one, where you have the face of Ma Durga and the eyes weeping blood. The blood oozing out from the eyes is a reflection of the anguish and the trouble that is there in the hearts of the people. While many have raised objection to the picture being on the street, but then at the same time, the same picture has reminded people that while you count your days as a countdown to Durga Puja, at the same time, this has equally been a countdown to a wait, not count down, or rather count up, reflecting a wait of number of days without justice and without law sending the accused to the rightful place. At this juncture, while the evening is slipping into a night, but then with every passing second, it seems like more energy is getting injected into the street, and this has been the scene every day. This scene has not been today's unique scene. This had been the scene for the past so many days. While we have been reporting on the doctor's protest, on developments concerning Archicor Medical College and Hospital, but to give you a sense of the street and to give you a sense of the protest, which has in a way gripped the entire street outside Archicor Medical College and Hospital, it is essentially reflective of an anger. And this is not limited to junior doctors alone. There are people who have just left their day's work and have come down, and after the end of the day's work, they have come down. Some are beating the heart, some are giving uludhoni, the quintessential sound of Bengali culture, and at the same time, there are people who have come with posters and banners. If there is one camp over there where people are raising slogans, right behind me over here too, there are people who are raising slogans. Then there are people who are here simply wandering, tapping, and in a way adding rhythm to every camp from where slogans are being raised. It is very important to understand that for the past several days, the protest which has been going on, it has also seen how the matter going to the court, how the court intervening into it, at the same time how there have been changes as far as positions are concerned. We are reporting from this very spot on a day when the state of West Bengal has seen multiple transfers. We are reporting from outside the Shastro Bhavan on a day which has also seen state of West Bengal moving out the Kolkata Police Commissioner and bringing in a new police commissioner. Why is it important? Because when this incident happened, soon after that, as the protest broke out, several protesting doctors had been demanding a change in the Kolkata Police Commission. Their argument had been if there had been allegations of mishandling of the investigation, then the so-called captain of the ship has to take responsibility. The captain of the ship will have to take accountability. The captain of the ship will have to take owners. And that demand and also led the junior doctors, people for a march to Lal Bazaar. We have seen that where junior doctors have submitted a deputation to Vineet Goyal, former police commissioner of Kolkata, along with a model of a spine, symbolically giving out the message that Kolkata police should get its spine back. Although that has been strongly contested and also in a way dismissed by Kolkata police, calling it nothing but humiliation, saying that they have done their best in the best interest of the investigation and the case, yet it never could cut the eyes. And after so many days of the demand being hard pressed by the junior doctors, today Vineet Goyal was shifted out of the office of police commissioner. Well, Vineet Goyal has been moved out from the police commissioner's office and been sent to STF, that is Special Task Force. Mr. Manoj Kumar Verma, IPS officer, who was till yesterday the ADG Law and Order of the state, has been given the responsibility of the police commissioner of Kolkata. He comes into the shoes of the police commissioner at a time when the police force had been facing the storm of public distrust, protesters' distrust, I would say, and also, anger of the protesters. We know, as a matter of fact, Abhijit Mondal, the OC of Tala Police Station, was arrested by CBI, and that arrest, in a way, has also brought out an anguish of the protesters and people, as whether the apprehension as Kolkata police officials were, in a way, allegedly involved in tampering of evidences, if that is true, and how much of that is true, which is now subject to investigation. But the very fact that OC Tala, that is Abhijit Mondal, has been arrested by CBI, that apprehension has found a lot of oxygen. And now we know, as a matter of fact, Manoj Kumar Verma is the new Kolkata Police Commissioner, and he replaces Vineet Goyal. DC North, another officer against who the protesting doctors had a lot of qualms. He too has been moved out of his office. A new DC North has been brought in. As far as health department is concerned, inside the health department, the DME, that is the Director of Medical Education, and also you have Director of Health Services. Both the offices have seen a change. While DHS, Director of Health Services, has been replaced, the DME, that particular post has been left vacant. And you have an OSD to the Office of Medical Education. So obviously, as far as the protest is concerned, which had been going on for so many weeks, in a way, all the protesting doctors are saying has seen some kind of vindication after these changes have happened in the rank and file of Kolkata Police and also in the rank and file of the health department. But then the big question still remains: will that be able to assuage the anger of the junior doctors? Will that be able to assuage the frayed nerves of the junior doctors? And will they eventually get back to work? Because at this point in time, it's been several days of their siege work, and the siege work is still on. And the reason, once again, we are live reporting from here, it's because there is a general body meeting happening of the doctors. General body meeting, the Pan India General Body meeting is happening, and that essentially is to take a consensus as whether they would get back to their work, or if they will get back to their work, what will happen to their agitation? Will they call off the agitation? Will they end the agitation? These are things which are now deliberated upon. So as far as the general body meeting is concerned, it is very, very significant. And this general body meeting, it is significant primarily because even in Supreme Court today, it has been left entirely to the domain of the junior doctors as whether they would want to get back to work, and when they would get back to work, and in what under what circumstances. Let's reflect upon what happened in Supreme Court today. Inside the Supreme Court, we have seen exchanges between the Solicitor General, between and Kapil Sibal representing the state. We've also seen exchanges between Advocate Indira Jaising representing the junior doctors and the state. And the moot point remained the security concern of the junior doctors. The junior doctors have said they want to get back to work, but is the environment conducive enough to in a way build or rebuild their confidence that they would get back to work? And what happened to the 31-year-old PGT doctor on 9th of August will not happen to them. To which the state had very vocally responded and said that the security upgradation work is underway, it's a work in progress, and has also given a kind of download as the kind of work they have undertaken and which is still on. So at this point in time, while the state has been urging the junior doctors to get back to work and urging them to get back to their services, but then at this point in time, as you see right behind me, and the entire stretch of the road right outside Shastra Bhavan is essentially under the grip of all these junior doctors, and they haven't really left the spot in the past so many days, and there is no certainty that they will be leaving tonight. While the GB meeting is on, we are trying to touch base. While the GB meeting is on, and can I get the other mic, please? The GB meeting is on, and of course. With several viewers have been saying they are facing audio up here, and that's why I tried changing my mic. Uh, at this juncture, as you see, the protests happening right behind me, and the protesters have not really left the spot, and the protest is currently on. The junior doctors have decided not to leave the spot until the GB meeting, which is currently underway, takes takes complete stock of the developments and obviously come to a conclusion as whether leaving the spot and the agitation would not be any detrimental to their ongoing protest, which is essentially the fight for justice. So yes, at this point in time, this is what the scene is. This is what the scene is out here, and obviously. This is what the scene is, and this is how the scene is out here. I would request some of the viewers to confirm if they can hear the audio properly. The background sound, the surrounding sound is not in my control, but then many people are complaining that there is an audio concern. I would just need a confirmation if the audio is okay. We have tried fixing the audio. I would be very grateful to viewers if they can confirm if the audio is okay at the moment. Orko. At this very road outside Archikor Medical, outside Shastro Bhavan, we see that the number hasn't gone down, the number has only increased with every passing second. And people out here are saying that this is reflective of their commitment to this fight and fight for justice. So at this juncture, as you see, this is what uh, you know. Uh, this is what we get to see, and over here there are several posters, there are several graffitis which are written, and it says "Stop Rape," Bichar Chai, "Stop Rape," and the entire space on either side. On the either side, it is very communicative. They have put out slogans all across, and they have put out slogans, and of course they are trying to assert the fact that they have not really left the spot, and they are not here to leave the spot. So obviously, as far as the protest is concerned, the protest is very much on, and that is why it is important to understand that while in these many days there had been in these many days, while there had been several developments, be it demand over resignation of police commissioner, changes in the health sector, or for that matter, Supreme Court taking up the matter. But then Supreme Court today has in a way given out a very clear message that the demands of the doctors, seeking as far as seeking a safe environment is concerned, is very important, and that they would leave it to the junior doctors to decide as whether they want to go back to work, essentially in a way leaving it to the court of the junior doctors. But today, as you report from here, we are also in a way coming to you at a point when the police commissioner has been changed. There have been changes made in the health department, and obviously that is why the state has also, in a way, reached out to the junior doctors once again quite extensively, with the appeal that your demands have been met, mostly all your demands have been kept, and now it is time that you get back to work. So at this point in time, all eyes will be on the GB meeting, which is currently underway, and the GB meeting would also, in a way, give us a clarity as whether they would be going back to work or they won't go back to work. What we have been given to understand by some people who are there inside, that they are mulling over the idea about partial withdrawal of the Cs. For example, they would be withdrawing the Cs and they would get back to their duty, but they won't leave this very spot. So maybe they would go back to work and they would come back here. They would go to work and come back here. That's one of the many ideas which have been suggested. Whether it could finally find an approval and a validation from all others who are there, it's again we have to wait and see. But at this point in time, the GB meeting would be very crucial, as the GB meeting would also be putting forth a clarity as whether they would now go back to work or not. Yesterday, the meeting happened between the chief minister and the junior doctors, the first of its kind ever since the impasse began. And now the state had made it very clear that they have tried reaching out to the junior doctors in the best possible way, and they have also tried keeping most of their demands, now essentially requesting the junior doctors to get back to work. Today, the Supreme Court has also taken stock of the matter. The Supreme Court said the meeting has happened between the two sides. They have reached to a mutually agreeable points, and now it is entirely on the junior doctors. So, minded on 9th of September, if it was told by the Supreme Court that they have to get back to work by 10th of September, 5 p.m., that wasn't the kind of positioning as far as junior doctors are concerned today. So the junior doctors today, it was not the positioning of the Supreme Court today, beg your pardon. So Supreme Court in a way had left it to the junior doctors, and junior doctors yesterday had said that after the implementation of the assurances given by the state government, they would decide as whether they would get back to work or not. So obviously at this point in time, it is a matter of fact as whether the junior doctors will be going back to work or not is subject to what is going, what's happening inside the GB meeting. I just want to give you some visuals. Over here, somebody has come down with, with a packet full of singhara. Now, this is nothing but a kind gesture, and this kind gesture is of solidarity, where they have just come down with packets of singhara and other snacks, and they are actually distributing them to all the protesters, essentially giving out to the protesters, and they are in a way expressing their solidarity with the ongoing protest. They were not really part of the protest, so just saw them coming down. So like them, there are many people who are coming down with the helping hand, and they are also expressing their solidarity with the current movement which is underway. All these people who have come down, they are mostly students, junior doctors. But that apart, there are many people who have come down who do not belong to the medical fraternity, but they are just here because of humanity. Sir, sir, আপনি কোথেকে এসেছেন?
আমি আমি এখানেই আছি, আমিও নিউ ডক্টর।
হ্যাঁ?
আমি
আপনিও
নিজেও
একজন
আমিও নিজেও
আপনিও
ডক্টর।
একজন ডক্টর। আর এই সিঙ্গারা নিয়ে এসেছেন সবার জন্য।
হ্যাঁ, আমার মা আর বাবা ওনারা এসছে একটু আমার সাথে দেখা করতে, তার সাথে সবার জন্য স্ন্যাক্সের ব্যবস্থা করেছে।
আচ্ছা, মা বাবা এসেছেন কোথেকে?
আমার বাড়ি হাওড়াতে।
মা বাবা হাওড়া থেকে
হাওড়া
এসেছেন।
থেকে।
আগেও এসেছিলেন না প্রথম আজকে?
আজকে ডে 3, এর আগেও 2 দিন এসছে।
আগেও দুদিন এসছে। আচ্ছা। আর তুমি কোথায় পড়ো?
আমি পড়ি বাঁকুড়া সম্মিলনী মেডিকেল কলেজ।
আর এখানে বিগত কতদিন ধরে আছো?
আমি ডে 1 থেকেই আছি। ডে 1 থেকেই
ডে
আছি।
ওয়ান থেকে
ডে
আছো।
1 থেকে।
তো এখন কি মনে হচ্ছে? এখন সিটি চেঞ্জ হয়ে গেছে,
হ্যাঁ,
হেলথ ডিপার্টমেন্টে কিছু চেঞ্জেস হয়েছে। তোমরা কি এখন খুশি, কাজে ফেরত যাবে?
কাজে ফেরত যাওয়াটা আমাদের কাছে অপশন না, কারণ আমাদের যেটা মেন ডিমান্ড ছিল যে উই নিড জাস্টিস, তো জাস্টিস আমরা কিন্তু এখনো পাইনি। আমাদের সেকেন্ডারি যে দাবিগুলো ছিল লাইক সিপি বা অন্যদের, আমরা রেজিগনেশন দিয়েছিলাম, রেজিগনেশন পাইনি, আমরা ট্রান্সফার পেয়েছি। তো আমরা হ্যাপি, বাট আমরা ফুললি স্যাটিসফাইড নয় কিন্তু, মানে এটা একটা লিপ ফরওয়ার্ড।
ওকে, একবার মা বাবার সঙ্গে কথা বলবো। নমস্কার, আপনারা হাওড়া থেকে এসেছেন। তো ছেলেকে সাপোর্ট করার জন্য বাকিদের জন্য সিঙ্গারা নিয়ে এসেছেন।
মোটামুটি যেটুকু সামর্থ্য নিয়ে আসছি দু একদিন।
কতটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট ম্যাম এই প্রোটেস্টটা, এই মুভমেন্টটা কতটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট?
অনেকটা ইম্পর্টেন্স এবং সবাই পাশে আছি যাতে এরা জয়ী হতে পারে।
আপনারা কি থাকবেন না ফেরত চলে যাবেন?
না, আমরা আসি, আবার ঘন্টা 2-3 কাটিয়ে আবার বাড়ি চলে যাই।
আর ছেলেকে এখানেই ছেড়ে যান?
হ্যাঁ, ছেলে এখানেই থাকে।
ছেলের জন্য কোনো চিন্তা বা আপনারা মনে হয় যে না যা করছে ঠিক করছে?
না, যা করছে নিশ্চয়ই ঠিক করছে, নাহলে সাপোর্ট না করলে এখানে থাকতে পারতো।
So that's the kind of sentiment when parents come here with, with helping hand, just not for their own child or children, but for the others as well. So obviously the parents have come down, the family has come down from Howrah, and they brought Singhara for everyone. Not everyone as much as they could, and they are saying that while everyone could not be possible, but then the intention matters, and that's exactly what they are trying to highlight. The intention is to be by them. So yes, obviously at this juncture, the GB meeting is currently underway, and it's been almost an hour that the Pan GB meeting is on. The outcome would come possibly pretty late, but this outcome would be very, very significant. That would also give a clarity as whether these junior doctors are going back to work or not. If they do, in what form? If they don't, what next? Because at this point in time, as far as the state appeal is concerned, it is also already over. Supreme Court's intervention is already there. Transfer of Kolkata Police Commissioner has already happened. Removal of 2 health officials from the health department has already happened, and now at this juncture, most of it is now being left at the court of the junior doctors by the Supreme Court, and also as the state has said, they will not be taking any action against any of the junior doctors, and it is also being said inside the court that no punitive action will be taken against the junior doctors for coming out on this protest or for protesting all this while or for being on the seas work. But then the appeal has made that let there be a direction so that they can get back to work. But then the Supreme Court has made it very, very clear that it is entirely in the court of the junior doctors. So obviously, all eyes would be on that. This live was more or less to let you know that we would be here, and as and when as and when the GB meeting gets over and the outcome is clearer to us, we will come back to the live broadcast once again and with the fresh update as whether whether the junior doctors would be ending their siege work or they would continue, because at the end of the day we are talking about doctors. Their uh, their value in our human lives is extremely, extremely high. We are all dependent on junior doctors, and the appeal which has extensively come from our state government, that there are people who are dependent on government hospitals, and they are equally dependent on the junior doctors. So yes, at this point in time, at this point in time, the junior doctors, the GB meeting is currently on, and we have to wait and see what transpires out of this meeting. As I said, the health infrastructure and the health of the government hospitals, which is extremely dependent on the junior doctors, they still continue to be dependent on the junior doctors, and the very fact that now their absence is only creating a vacuum that that cannot be filled in by anyone but the doctors. So at this point in time, we are trying to we are trying to keep our eyes on the GB meeting. And sorry for the audio glitch. We will try and fix it and come back on the live once again. But for now, we are winding up this live broadcast, and we will come back on live again maybe sometime later once we know there is a clearer picture coming out of the GB, which is currently underway. The general body meeting is currently underway. I thank all our viewers for connecting with us. Keep your eyes on the channel, and we will be coming back on live very, very shortly.